What up YouTube? It's Grower MD and I'm back. And just wanted to make a quick video update here to just kind of let you guys know what's going on with the Shed LED grow. And as of today, I think today is about day 17 of veg, and we are approaching the last 2 days of veg as far as my schedule is concerned. And what I've done since the last video is pretty much the major visual thing is the transplant. I went ahead and put them in the 5-gallon root maker pots, which are the standard pots I've been using for years, and I've really come to love these pots. They've been reusable, rewashable. They are a little bit over 5 gallons due to the fact that they are tiered up, but they do provide good aeration, do still allow drainage, but still have been a nice sturdy pot. So still using those, still a fan of them. Went ahead and used the Coco Loco soil, which is what they were in when they were in the 1-gallon smart pots. One thing that I have noticed since the last video is that the cherry pie seem to be a little bit more sensitive than the super skunks. If you look at the super skunks here in the back, they seem to just be absolutely loving life. Color is nice, green and vibrant. No issues whatsoever noticed. However, on the cherry pies, they do look a little bit more sensitive. This could be a combination of two different factors here. You look at the leaves here. A little bit of yellowing on some of these major fan leaves, and you can see almost a little bit of sign of nutrient burn on this guy here, on this plant, and on this guy here. And this could be a combination of two things that I was just alluding to. One is that I was actually out of town for about 3 days for New Year's. I was spending time up in cabin with a family, and I basically transplanted these plants the day before I left, and then I really soaked them, and that way they would stay wet for about 3 days. They got fed not yesterday, but the day before, and that was pretty much just a freshwater feeding. Today I'm going to be giving them pretty much just freshwater and CalMag, and then from that point on I'm just going to kind of let them dry out for, like I said, 2 more days, and then here coming on Friday I plan on actually switching them over to to flower. The plants have actually still continued to stretch a little bit more than I had expected. However, they are beginning to take the nice, canopy shape that I do like. I think this is going to fill in really nicely with the 20 plants. And I think the only modification I may have to make is just spreading them out ever so slightly. The way they're spaced right now as far as the pots are is basically to give me good relation to the light canopy. If you look right above me here, I have the rows of the spiders. They need to be adjusted just a little bit, but they are pretty much directly over where the flowering space is right now. So spreading them out is actually not going to really optimize the light usage. However, it may help me fill in the canopy, and because I do have such good reflectivity off of the white, the tech shield along all the walls and the ceiling, I have found that the light really reflects in here, and I do believe that was also one of the major issues with the Gavitas. It was just too much light for the plants to actually be able to handle. So what I'm going to have to do is try to make a little bit of a tweak to the concentration of the nutrients going forward. I'm probably going to lighten it down, try to find a nice happy medium where the super skunks don't show any signs of deficiencies, but the cherry pies don't seem to show any signs of wear. The new growth on all of these look pretty great. I don't have any issues. There's no discoloration. They're all still praying. All the new growth is nice and green, so not really concerned with the new growth or the overall health of any of these plants, but I just want to make sure that they don't see any stress going forward here. Some observations really quickly about just the LEDs in the room in general. It has been nice not having to run the AC as much. I was able to, previously when I was running the Gavitas, I was running the AC at about 76 degrees, I think, and that pretty much gave me a nice range of about 75 to about 78 to 80, depending on the time of year. Here, the lights don't really seem to have any effect on the environment at all. It's almost pretty negligible. I think I actually get more effect when my CO2 burner, which I'm still running in the back here, is kicking on, and when the dehumidifier is running. I think I actually get more heat generated from those two things alone than the lights, which is kind of great and bad. This time of year I'm running, in general I run a lot of fresh air intake pretty much 24/7 when the lights are off. And then I cycle every 15 to 30 minutes, fresh air coming on and off to allow my CO2 to still sit in the room, but I still want to provide plenty of fresh air to the plants. It is crucial to them. So with it being colder this time of year up in NorCal, it actually becomes sometimes an issue if I don't have much heat being generated in the room where it could get too cold. However, I don't seem to really be having that problem with these lights. I have my AC set at 79 to 80 degrees, and I'm running a pretty comfortable temperature of anywhere from 74 to about 80, 81. And in the main just upper area, away from the canopy, it's looking at something like 77, 78 degrees, 77.9. And then our canopy, it's right at about 80, 81 degrees according to the controller. That is the majority of what's happened so far. As we move forward, I plan on giving them just 1 or 2 days of fresh water as we initiate flower, and then from that point on we'll be making up a full reservoir with those adjustments that I had talked about as far as the strength goes. And we're still going to be running the Botanicare full line. I think I ran the Coco, the Rhizosphere, the HydroGuard, AquaShield, CalMag, Silica. That will be pretty much the first reservoir, and then maybe making a little bit of adjustments here as we move forward, just basically depending on how they react in that first reservoir. After this week, I will be having the drip system completely operational. I started hooking it back up, but ran out of the 3/8 final tubing, and it's not sold in local stores, unfortunately. So I do have that on order. It will be here on Friday as well. And then from that point on, it should be cruise control to watch these babies flower. One thing that I did want to note is that during the transplant, I actually did use Mycos as a liner kind of in between the plants and the soil, and helps give them a little bit of a rhizo boost in there. Also wanted to note that in this video I am actually using some stabilizer equipment and some audio equipment, so I'm hoping that that has some type of effect. Obviously I know my video style hasn't changed too much in this video, but I will be working on trying to actually put a little bit more time and effort and editing into these here as we move forward, but want to just try to make slow, steady improvements and see how it works out and get some feedback from you guys as well. So I do appreciate all of the interaction and the feedback since I have been back. I am going to try to keep my word, keep these videos ideally no more than 4 days apart. Obviously this time of year has a little bit more family obligation, but obviously trying to still keep things going. There will be another video coming up here, actually 2 videos that I can kind of just allude to. One will be a Q&A video. Want to open it up to questions that you guys may or may not have. I still receive a lot of random questions on just random videos, so if you have questions that you want to ask, you can again send them there or to growermd@gmail.com. And the other video is actually, we are probably 1 or 2 days max away from reaching 30,000 subscribers, which I'm actually very happy and proud about. And I want to thank all of you guys for continuing to support the channel and be there even though I have not been active. So again, we're going to be trying to do a giveaway here to kick off the 30,000 and the hopefully return of making more consistent videos. So let your guys friends know that here coming soon there'll be another video within the next 4 days, I would say, that will go over both that Q&A and it will go over the giveaway. So if you have suggestions of things that you would like to see in future videos, in future giveaways, things like that, video series, please feel free to let me know. And as always, we will see you guys next time.